And tonight, female athletes are now taking a bold stand against biological men that compete in women's sports. One female cyclist, former Olympian, three-time Olympian, is now calling on her fellow competitors to boycott races featuring trans women, saying they should take a knee at the starting line rather than compete. And former NCAA swimmer Riley Gaines is also calling on female athletes to simply refuse to compete against trans women. She says the future of women's sports is at stake. She joins us now. You know, Riley, all the years I've been doing this, I have resisted any call for firing, cancellation, boycotts. However, in this particular case, and especially you've experienced it firsthand, I don't know what else would work, because there obviously is an unfair competitive advantage for someone born a biological male to be competing in women's sports because they identify as a woman. So I don't know any other option in this case. Tell me what you're thinking.
I don't either. I don't know another option either. This past year, I've been dedicated traveling to state by state, getting in front of state legislature. Same thing at the federal level. And I want to echo what Mark Levin said. Biden does not care about women. We're seeing that with the push they're proposing for Title IX. When the U.S. House of Representatives a few weeks ago voted on this, and every single Democrat voted in opposition of protecting women and girls in sports, that's when I knew that a boycott is what's going to have to be effective to make change. And we've seen in the past boycotts are such. They're effective. It's what's going to work. And it's unfortunate, of course, to ask girls to do this. But we have to start making sacrifices if we want to protect the integrity of women's sports.
You know, my daughter's an athlete like you are, and the idea that biological men that become trans would be competing in her sport, it would be virtually impossible for any girl to compete on that level. And as Caitlyn Jenner said, it's not the testosterone level in college or in the pros. What was it at puberty? That's when it really matters. And anything prior to that, as far as I'm concerned, a child would be way too young to make such a life-changing decision. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And that's what we're seeing the guidelines for FINA, which is the international governing body for swimming, and World Athletics, which is the equivalent for track and field. They've released new guidelines that say if you have gone through male puberty, you cannot compete with the women. But the caveat there is if you've taken hormone suppressors before the age of 12, I think is the standard level, then you are allowed to compete with women. But almost encouraging someone to transition by that age is abysmal. That's criminal.
Nobody is mature enough to make that decision. And the idea that, you know, you have kids in school being taught gender identity classes without parental consent, that's a whole separate issue to me. Or having, you know, story hour with this person or that person. How about reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and computers? When you talk to other athletes, are they all supporting you? Female athletes. Absolutely,
they are. Absolutely. I have private conversations all of the time with NCAA athletes, very renowned world-class athletes who, when we have conversations about this, both male and female, they all unanimously agree with me. Athletic directors, coaches, parents. I get messages all the time from people who feel the exact same way I do, but aren't confident
but
enough,
a lot of them,
are scared.
Riley, aren't they afraid to speak out because they see what has happened to you, like when you tried to give a speech in San Francisco?
Absolutely. That social pressure on top of seeing what happens to someone like myself, whether that be on social media, whether that be in San Francisco, that terrifies these people, and understandably so. They don't want to put themselves in a position where they're publicly ostracized or where they're jeopardizing their chances to get into grad school, their job if they're the breadwinner for their family. They're not willing to do so, but that's exactly how we've gotten here. And that's why I think it's time we make sacrifices. It's time both female and male athletes, honestly, need to start boycotting, need to take a knee, need to not run, not swim when that starting block or when the gun goes off.
Don't go. 10 seconds left. Would you support another category? Male athletes, female athletes, trans athletes, but separate and apart?
You know, I don't know if it's overly feasible. I think in an ideal world, this is something that everyone could compete.
Yeah.
There would be equal opportunity and all the things. So in an ideal world, yes.
Riley, you've been very courageous. We appreciate you back on the show. Thanks for being with us. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.